Hi, I'm Phyllis, southernfrugal.com. Well, this week, if you've been following along on the videos, you know that I cooked some of those large lima beans. And I cooked a pound, and of course we had some left over. Earlier in the week, I had fixed pintos, and we had some of those left over. So today, we're going to fix a soup out of those two types of beans. So what I have already done, I'll turn this down so y'all can see. I have made this is one bell pepper and one red onion. I sauteed those for just a little while. I didn't want them to get brown. And then I added some of the juice from the beans that I had made. Now I dumped my pintos and my large lima beans right in the same little pot because we had eaten a lot of those. So those two are already mixed up. So I'm going to turn my burner on. Go ahead and start it out on high. So I put some of the juice from the beans into the peppers, and then put the peppers and onions, and put the lid on it, let it just simmer for maybe about 20 minutes just to make sure they were done. I really didn't want any of the peppers or the onions to be brown. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is add to this, and by the way, the liquid in the beans, once it's refrigerated, gets very, very thick. Let me show y'all that. See, the liquid becomes very, very thick, which is fine. And the only fat that's in any of the beans would be that light tasting olive oil. That's also what I use to saute the peppers and the onions. So anyway, now we're going to add garlic powder, maybe about a teaspoon or so, and onion powder, another teaspoon or so, and I'm going to put in some chili powder. Now it's not going to taste like chili, but it gives it just a little bit more flavor. Just a little bit of chili powder, maybe a half a teaspoon. And now I'm also going to have to add more salt. Another teaspoon or so of the salt. And then I'm ready to just dump these beans in. Y'all see? There's pintos in here and the large limas. So I'm just going to dump those in. So this is my little pot that, it's a ceramic pot on a very small slow cooker is what it is. It's actually got a little plastic lid, but anyway, I don't use this very often, but it worked good for the lima beans. Alright, so we're just going to stir this around, let it come up to a boil, and we'll probably add just a little more water to it. And so we're going to have some of the cornbread that I fixed yesterday. Let me move y'all closer so you can see that. There. See, we've got really more limas than pinto beans in there. But I can tell you it makes a very, very tasty soup. And of course you've got all the vegetable protein in the beans. Alright y'all, when this gets all heated up, I'll let it come to a boil, probably add a little more water to it, and I'm going to warm up a couple of pieces of the cornbread we had yesterday, and the balance of the pan on the cornbread, I froze that. But anyway, we'll be back when this is ready. Alright, so the soup has been simmering for about maybe 10 minutes or so, maybe 15, and while I was waiting for the soup, I decided we needed some steamed vegetables. So carrots, broccoli, which I cut in half because some of the stalks are bigger, one yellow squash sliced thin, and one zucchini. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in the carrots. I've already got my pot hot. And, wait a minute, let me find it. Here it is, right there. So I'm going to put my carrots in first. And it's already steaming. I've got maybe a cup or so of water in there. those carrots in. And they are sliced thin, but I don't want them completely cooked. All right, spread those out there and just put that lid on for like a minute or so. All right, so we're getting ready to do some sewing this afternoon. Let me just talk with y'all while I'm waiting for this. I can't work my camera, y'all, anymore. All right, so this afternoon I'm going to do some sewing. I'll just give y'all a little preview. I've got my pattern that I'm going to use. Y'all probably see me wear this top. It's made out of rayon. It's really cool for the summer. There are the dogs. They're waiting for Papa to come back in that door in a minute. Anyway, and I just bought some material at Walmart, and I've got a pattern cut out of this material. Now, after I get through using this pattern, I'll just go ahead and make this top too. But anyway, we'll show you more of that this afternoon. And in the meantime, we need to get lunch ready so I'm not interrupted in the afternoon. All right, so my carrots have been steaming for about maybe 2 minutes. So now I'm going to put the rest of the stuff in. So it's fresh broccoli, fresh yellow squash, just making sure none of them are, sticking together. Like that. Put in some of the zucchini. Yeah, if you slice them sort of the same thin width, they'll all sort of cook at the same time. Same doneness. A little more broccoli in. Oh, y'all couldn't see. I'm sorry. I was just sort of mixing up those vegetables so that none of them really stick together. Alright, there we are. Alright, going to put the lid on. I'm going to go ahead and turn that burner up on high so it's really steaming. We're going to steam these about 5 to 7 minutes, and then they're going to be ready. Alright, y'all, we'll be back. I'm going to fix the tea and warm up the cornbread. Okay, the vegetables have steamed, let's see, for exactly 6 minutes. So we're going to take them over to the sink, dump that water out, and dump the vegetables back in the pot, and then we're going to season them. We'll be right back. Okay, we dumped the water out of the bottom of the steamer, and I just dumped the vegetables back in there. We're going to put some onion powder on, just a teeny bit. We're going to put some garlic powder on, teeny bit. And just regular table salt, that is sea salt. And we're going to just sprinkle a little bit of olive oil in there. Just a little bit. Maybe a couple of little teaspoons. And then we're just going to mix it up. Now they're still firm, but not completely. You see they're holding together, right? Just mix that up and get a little bit of the olive oil on everything. Alright, y'all. I'm going to dish this up, dish the soup up, and we're going to be ready to eat. And we'll show you what it looks like. We'll be back. Okay, we are ready to eat our lunch. This will be our main meal of the day. I got our iced tea fixed, and Mr. Bucky wanted a big piece of the cornbread. So there are the steamed vegetables and the soup, which is just the lima beans, the pinto beans with onions and green bell pepper and some spices. Let me show you the spices again. Now I used olive oil in cooking both types of bean. So I used a little bit of chili powder. Now that does not make the beans taste like chili, okay, but it does add a little level of flavor. Used onion powder, chili powder, garlic powder. And I used the garlic powder and the onion powder and the salt and the extra light olive oil on the steamed vegetables, and I can tell you they are delicious. Alright, y'all, we will see y'all next time. Bye.